Hello everybody, Nine Des. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing pretty good. It's trash day, and you know what that means. It's time to take out all the trash, and the bags are large. Can't just do one person today with all the goings on this week. Just saying. I roll my eyes so hard. Isn't she cute? I checked out my own ass. Yeah. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Hangers on. Good to hear from you, Paul, yesterday. That was awesome. Yeah, so let's get into this, shall we? If you're new to the channel, like me, love me, share me. Don't forget to subscribe. We're coming back up again. Woohoo! Right? Okay, now, I seen a thing this morning from Nancy Disgrace there, and she says, as she's traveling across the country in her pajamas in her little rent-a-van with her little entourage there because of the storms down south, she couldn't get a flight out, neither could a bunch of other ones, so she hopped in a van with her staff. That must have been just lovely for them, what? So yeah, she hops in a van and decides that she comes out of the van to make a little stop, and she said, "We're going to cut a bunch of stuff," she said. "And if you are an able-bodied person, you want Medicaid, get a fucking job," is what she said. Medicaid is for people that can't work, or they have young children at home and can't afford daycare, or they're looking after a sick parent, or they are looking after a veteran that's suffering from PTSD or something and can't work. She doesn't understand. She doesn't get it because she has a few $1,000,000. She doesn't need to understand. She's got the money. Not like the rest of us that have to sit there and suck a hind tit somewhere. So anyway, there's her. And then Hakeem Jeffries, they can take as much time as they want for their opening statements on the floor, and he's making good use of it. He's been yakking now for about 6 hours, going on about waste, fraud, and abuse, but I think he's directing that to the waste, fraud, and abuse that are Republicans that are taking away your rights and your benefits that you paid into because they think you are a fraud. They think you're stealing government money. They think you are a waste of time and energy, and they don't mind abusing you. Yeah, so that's what he's on about this morning. And then we have something else that made me roar my ass off. Tuesday was the grand opening of the Alcatraz, Alligator Alcatraz, whatever the fuck they're calling that place. Goddamn, it's not even a detention camp, it's like an internment camp for POWs, for Christ's sake. And did you know that most of the people that they've deported aren't big bad criminals? Only 8% of those that are deported or on the deportation trains, buses, planes, and automobiles, only 8% have committed serious crimes. 8%. Which leaves 92% of those they're hounding, beaten down onto the cement, taking babies from mommies, and all the rest of the stuff, that haven't committed serious crimes and have spent their lives. One man, 60 years old, died in ICE detention. 60 years old. He's been in the United States for over 40 years, raised his boys. They're all Marines. Looking after the country. Yep, looking after the security of the country. For even you bastards. So, there's that. But guess what? The very next day on the Wednesday, remember none of those guys down south could fly out because of the storms? Alcatraz. Alligator Alcatraz. Flooded. It'll withstand a hurricane, but it can't withstand a summer rain. And it was like 3-4 inches of water. Seriously. And then we have, oh Lord, $450 million to keep Alcatraz up and going. Where'd they steal that money? They stole that money from FEMA. Yeah, the storms are already coming, but they took $450 million out of FEMA just for that one internment camp. One. Let's see, what else do they got? Oh yeah, they had to take that out of there because she's broke. She couldn't afford to have it built. So Florida, and I think her state chipped in, if I'm not mistaken. Well, they're going to chip in to cover some of the costs. But yeah, $450 million a year to run that place because she's out of money. And that's another reason why this bill has to pass by tomorrow, because that's the end of the money. You know the thing that we feel around the 18th of the month? Too much month at the end of the money? Yeah, she's feeling a little bit of that. But she's worth a couple $1 million herself, 3, 4, 8, $10 million. And she still hasn't gotten her $50 million private jet though. Not yet. It's probably in the works with the Cutter Gold, oh, whatever the hell you're going to call it. But anyway, yeah, $69 billion in new border spending, $5 billion to hire new customs guys, $168 billion for enforcement. They're not going to hire people. They're going to use friggin' military for that. They're already paid on a 24-hour clock. You don't have to take anything out of the budget. It's in the Pentagon budget. But they upped that to over $1 trillion now in the budget. Yeah, and they cut back on the missiles that they were supposed to give from Joe Biden's budget that was already allotted. That's not going to Ukraine anymore because now they ran out of bullets. Remember Joe Biden left him with no bullets? Obama left him with no bullets. He used over $1 billion worth of bullets on that one raid. One raid. And so he also used 20% of his armament in missiles and stuff on that one raid. 20%. And that's why now Ukraine isn't going to get their Patriot missiles or the rest of the stuff they were going to give them. Guidance systems and stuff like that. Nope, sorry, we need it for ourselves. Another big strike. And the EU, UK, Canada are going, you fuckwad. Yeah. So that's what he done with that. Now we have the cost of removing the immigrants from the country on planes, trains, and automobiles. The CBO gave one estimate, and they had to redo it because it's $1 trillion over their estimate. $1 trillion, because they don't know how to do anything efficiently. Did you hear any of these problems when Joe Biden was deporting over 268,000 people last year? You didn't hear anything about that. That money was all allotted for and paid for. But oh no, this is going to cost $1 trillion so far. Yeah, this is first year. Same with the budget. He spent almost, what was it, 8.7 trillion his first year? He's spending half of that right now in his first year. His first year, not his first term, his first year. Fuck. Does it get crazier? Oh yeah, it really does. 100 billion is going to, oh yeah, 100 billion more than they can afford are no benefits for people, but they can afford all this shit, over $1 trillion for the military budget. Well, I guess the way they're starting wars and everything, those peacekeeping people, you gotta watch them. CBO says immigration is spending $1 trillion more than what the estimate was. They're funding this big-ass bullshit bill on the backs of the poor. $4.2 trillion, and this is just in his first year, like I said, just his first year. This is his first budget. He's got 3.5 more years to go, And if they're all going to be that, it's going to be like a $15 trillion budget over 4 years with him if he keeps going, because he likes the fancy stuff, him. Loves the fancy stuff. Any money I'm going to say lend to starving families has a time limit. Everybody's going, oh yeah, he's doing so much for the middle class, doing so much for the people. It's all the middle class. Really? They're giving it to you with one hand and they're taking it away with the other. Because any money he's going to pacify you with $2,500 for your kids, like a baby bonus check. Yeah, he's giving you that with one hand. But without your health care and drug benefits and stuff, that money will be spent in no time whatsoever. No time at all. That'll be gone. So what's he giving you? Oh, we're going to get so much back in taxes. No, you're really not. You have to make about $85,000 to $150,000 a year to get back. I think it's $1,200, $2,000. And again, if you're on insulin and shit like that, that's gone in the first, 6, 12, 18, 27, 4 months, $2,700 just on your insulin. That doesn't include all your needles, all your supplies, your testing supplies. Doesn't count none of that. And if you're lucky to have an insulin pump or something, doesn't cover any of that. So he's making everything look good. And there's no tax on tips that the Republicans are all, whoa, no tax on tips, woohoo, no tax on overtime. Well, guess what? There's not going to be any jobs to have overtime on. He lost 33,000 jobs last month. 33,000 jobs he lost. So what jobs are going to have overtime? And that's got a 2-year limit on it. No tax on Social Security for our seniors. We love our seniors, which he is one. But that's not even in the bill. So scrap that. That's not even, excuse me, losing my voice. What else? Any money. Vivi, come see mommy. Come here. What is in that bill, though, is lower taxes on rich Amazon type corporations, lower taxes for them, less personal income tax on those guys, like they would feel it anyway. But they have $46 billion for a border wall. He's still on the border wall. Guess what? $46 billion for a border wall. That lion, Caroline, and the Mango Moose Knuckle said they didn't have one person cross the border last month. Not one. My estimation, there was over 3,000 a day just in his first 3 days. But yeah, he's going to build a wall with nobody coming across the border? What? What about the people that live in Tijuana and work in San Diego and going back and forth every day? Are they going to be allowed to do that? We shall see. And it's both Americans and Mexicans that cross that border to work in each other's countries. So there's that. Got $45 billion for 100,000 beds in the internment camps around the country. $45 billion. And billions more for 10,000 new ICE agents. Like, we want more thugs on the streets, right? Man, my heart goes out to you guys. I am a broken-hearted Canadian reading this shit. I really am. More than 71 million people depend on the Medicare program. 40 million people depend on SNAP benefits. And 11.8 million people, thanks to their bullshit, will be off of Medicare and Medicaid. Yeah, 11.8 million people. So you add all that up, like 70, that's more people that voted for him. And pretty much all the people that voted for him need every one of these benefits. Yeah, because now he's making the states cough up the extra. If they want SNAP, well, you're going to have to pay for it. None of these small states have a couple, $2, $3, $5 billion to pay for Medicaid and SNAP and stuff. They don't have it. And her taking $450 million out of FEMA You're not going to have any protection there either because they want that gone. Gone. They got rid of all the tax incentives for clean energy. Gone. Not going to have any. So they want you to starve to death because that'll be one less person to look out for. And by the way, most of these people that he is going to cut off are white. More white people than colored, than brown or black people are on Medicaid, Medicare, and SNAP. There are more white people on those programs than there are black and brown people. So, shove that up your ass with a sideways toothbrush, would you please? So that's my rant for today. Well, for now anyway. Got to go pick up some flowers and stuff. And some dirt. And we're going to do a little bit of cleanup around this place. 9 loves you. Be good, be safe. Please take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. Vivi's angry at me because she barked and I didn't let her in right that second. So she's got her back turned to me. Look, she's sulking over there. Are you sulking, Vivi? Are you going to look at your mama? What do you got stuck in your gob there, girl? Gosh, looks like she got a toothpick in her mouth, huh? Oh well, trying to be a hillbilly, I guess. I love hillbillies. Hillbillies are great. Anyway, like me, love me, share me. Take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. Mwah. Gone on long enough. I love y'all. Take care of you. Love, love, love.